English idioms will help you to speak better, and if others use the idioms when they are speaking, you will be able to understand them better. While writing English, you can also use idioms. And when you read something, you might come across idioms. Let us see how you can learn English idioms in this video.
You might have heard an idiom, cry wolf. There are many idioms with animals. I'll tell you some other time. Today only one idiom, cry wolf. Cry wolf is to raise an alarm when it is not necessary. I'm sure all of you know the story of the shepherd boy who kept crying wolf, wolf whenever he wanted, just for fun. The story is like this. A young boy, he had to take his sheep for grazing, into the fields. He used to get bored. He thought that if he says, wolf are killing his sheep, then all the people would come and help him. So first day he did that. He started shouting, wolf, wolf. Everybody came to help him, all the farmers nearby. They said, there is no wolf. The sheep are happily eating the grass. Then they went away. Second day, the boy thought, let me have some more fun. Therefore, he started shouting again, wolf, wolf. Again, everybody came. But there was no wolf. The boy was only making fun of them, deceiving them, cheating them by calling wolf. Unfortunately, on the third day, a real wolf comes and attacks everybody there. This boy, in great fear, he starts shouting, wolf, wolf. But nobody comes. The farmers say, oh, this young boy, he's just pulling our leg. Pulling our leg is again another idiom. That means he's deceiving us, he's cheating us. So we will not go. Let him cry wolf. But the real wolf destroys everybody and the boy is helpless. So that the moral of that story has become an idiom today, cry wolf. Many times we raise a false alarm, and that is what is cry wolf. Everybody cried wolf, but there was no thief in the house. So everybody said, oh, thief has come, but nothing was there. In this way, you can think of various situations where people are raising a false alarm. And floods are coming, there's so much rain. So you say, cry wolf. There was a lot of crying wolf about floods, but nothing happened. So false alarm, make sentences and practice this. Let us learn today 3 idioms which use animals to form the meaning. Of course, it's nothing wrong, with that animal, but they are just statements. The first is snake in the grass. Snake in the grass means a person who is unreliable, a person who cheats you, a person who tells you something which is not correct. Because if a snake is going in the grass, you can't really make out. So a person who appears to be very nice, but who isn't. You can use that in a sentence by saying that some of my friends were actually snakes in the grass, which I did not realize. Then you have a frog in the well. That means an ignorant person. There is a story about the frog and the well. The frog doesn't want to know the world outside. So it is not good to be a frog in the well in today's world where information changes every minute. So we should all be well established in knowing what is happening around us. To be a frog in the well is to be unaware of what is happening. to just sit in one place and say, I don't want to know anything else. So many people, say, I cannot use technology. I cannot use this or that, which is very new, especially as you grow old. But you can't do that. COVID taught us so much more technology. So something negative gave us a positive result. Now the third idiom is crocodile tears. That is fake sympathy or fake emotion. Emotion which is not right, or sympathy which is not really correct. Person, you say that every day this person sheds crocodile tears to gain sympathy. But actually, there is no need to sympathize with such a person. When you practice these idioms, when you use them while speaking or writing, your English becomes impressive. So practice and try to make many sentences. Send it as comments. I will tell you whether you're using them right. There are many idioms in English which use colors. For instance, a red letter day is a very important day. The day he won the first prize was a red letter day in his life. Or you have a negative form, caught red-handed. That means caught doing something wrong. The person who was stealing was caught red-handed. We use the color red in both these. We can have blue once in a blue moon. That is rarely. I meet my friends once in a blue moon because I'm very busy. You can also have blue blood. Blue blood is aristocratic or royal. He is so arrogant that everyone feels that he must be proud of his blue blood. Here it is not being used in a very nice way, aristocratic. You also have green with envy. Green with envy. I gave you the story of Othello. I'm sure you might have seen that long video on Shakespeare's play Othello. Green with envy, that is where, it comes. That means you are very jealous of a person. When you got the promotion, some of your colleagues were green with envy. Then you have the word black sheep. Black sheep is a person who has a bad reputation, a person who is not considered good, especially in a family, etc. You say that this cousin of mine was considered a black sheep, but he became so successful. One more let us do, and that is white lie. White lie is to tell some untruth, but it is a lie which is not very harmful. To get over this unpleasantness, we had to tell them a white lie. That means it's not something harmful, it's something which has a good result. If you practice these and other color idioms, colored words mentioning color as idioms, you will improve your fluency, your vocabulary, everything. Try them and write sentences with them in the comment box. An idiom is a group of words whose meaning is much more than the literal meaning of the 4 words. It is often used to speak well, to speak in an interesting manner. Today I'm going to tell you 4 idioms related to food items. Of course, they have nothing to do with food, but the idioms are used with names of some food. For instance, you have the idiom couch potato. C-O-U-C-H, couch potato. That means a lazy person.
So you can make a sentence out of this by saying, he is a couch potato and doesn't do any work the whole day. The next idiom is to spill the beans. Spill the beans is to give out a secret. Again, food item, beans. If you want somebody to keep a secret, you say, don't share anything with him because he will immediately spill the beans. I'm scared to tell you this because I fear you might spill the beans. Then you have the idiom, apple of one's eye. Apple, the name of a fruit. Apple of one's eye would mean a favorite person. The rich man's children were the apples of his eye, or the rich man's son was the apple of his eye. Then you have the last one, that is the fourth one, a piece of cake. That means something which is very easy or something which is very simple. So for all learners of English, I can tell you that learning English or becoming a good speaker is a piece of cake. Making a presentation in English is a piece of cake. That means it's an easy job. So these 4 idioms you can practice by making many sentences. Watch the videos of idioms and send in your comments with other idioms related to food, mentioning food items if you know them. That will make your comments very interesting. I hope you have liked the video. Please subscribe if you haven't done it. Press the bell icon so that you get notifications. Like and hype the video and share it as widely as you can. Join the channel as a member to attend all the live classes I conduct and also to get other benefits. Thank you and all the best.